Sheldon, three rookies on defense in the lineup, a first-year guy in the lineup on Sunday as well. That was last time I think you had a young defense like that. Might have been the last year in the playoffs. A pause before you put all those names on the board for Sunday's game?
No, I mean, we think all guys can play, and of course Hollowell's first weekend with us, but the other guys have been playing quite regularly, and I mean, we had a very young defense last year in the playoffs, and they helped us get to the conference final. So I think young players are showing more and more that they're ready to play and they can compete. And last weekend was a good opportunity for us to get more of a chance for other people to play, because Sandin and Liljegren have been taking on so many minutes and so many responsibilities. So not having them, you're asking that much more of everybody else.
Michael Hutchinson just said that he said the young guys are so much more mature. It seems like every year they just come along with a little bit more maturity. Is that your experience with these guys?
Most of them. I'm not sure you'd say all of them, but certainly most of them. I think it's a credit to just the training and the coaching that a lot of the players have, and then it's just kind of the expectation, I think. All the people they have in their corner that are preparing them, for when they get here. And I also think our organization does a great job of helping with the transition from wherever they've come from before this. Really helps them get acclimated. And, we've been able to benefit from having a lot of really good young players that come in and make an impact.
I was just talking to Brooks, feels like every year I talk to him at the start of the year and he's got some kind of roadblock. There was mono, then the heart scare, now the concussion. And he says he's a guy who kind of overthinks things. How do you get him to, once he's entering back into the lineup and that kind of thing, to keep a level head?
Yeah, just to remain confident. I mean, just looking at this season, I think I had a meeting with him prior to the practice that he got injured in, and just showing him clips and just encouraging him with how well he was playing, how well he was skating, and I thought his game was really coming on. And then he gets hurt in practice, and then you don't see him for a few weeks or whatever it is. But once again, met with him today just to once again reinforce that he's skating the same way, and the fact that he came back into the lineup with such confidence, and the way that he skated really drove the play for that line, I thought, and really had them come alive. Not unlike when Nick Patan came back down here and played with those two wingers, and that line came to life. I thought Brooksy did that for us on Saturday in particular in his first game back, and that was a very encouraging sign to see him just skating with so much confidence.
Where has his growth been, do you think, versus year one? Where do you think he's come the furthest?
Well, I think it's the confidence and the belief in himself, knowing that he belongs here, knowing that he can make a difference. He's gone from just trying to survive and sort of feel his way out to really looking to make a difference. And he did that last season, and now he's, I believe, looking to try to show that he can push for an opportunity to play in the NHL. And that's what you like to see for a player in his third year. Like you said, the injury was disappointing for him and for us because you felt like he was ready to take on a big step. But we've got him back here now, and we're encouraged by the first weekend.
Back on the defense, what have you made of how Christians has kind of jumped into a bit of a bigger role with Rasmus and Timothy out?
Yeah, I mean, he's done well. He only played one of the two games on the weekend, but just when he has played, he's shown signs that he's a prospect. Definitely, and he's got a lot of size and good skills to go with it. Trying to really figure out what he is in terms of what role is he best suited to play, and how does he need to play to have success, and then also what areas do we really tackle to help him improve. He's a guy that we didn't see a great deal of last season. When we did see him, we thought he filled in nicely for us. And I thought he had a really good camp with the Leafs. And it's been a little more inconsistent here to start, but that's to be expected for young players. But he had great experience last year with the Growlers, and another young defenseman that has given us good minutes and has helped us stay competitive.
Do you have a sense of his role just yet, or is it too early for that?
Yeah, I think right now it is too early, because I see some games he skates really well and makes great plays with the puck, makes good reads with the puck, and others that's an area that he needs to do a better job of with his decision making and his execution. And then other games defensively he's really strong and very physical. His gap control is real good. and then that seems to slip away a little bit. So just that level of consistency is something that we need, and I think we've seen. We've seen some of the youth, as much as we say that that they can play and everything. Part of what comes with that is doing it every single day, and all of our young defensemen, I think, have struggled with that. And frankly, even the veteran guys we have here, Harper and Schmaltz, have had days where they're not playing the way you'd expect them to. So I think we're trying to really sort that out. But what we like about Rubens is big guy with a lot of like strength and skill to go with it. That there's a lot of opportunity there for him to continue to grow.
Liljegren and Rasmus, what makes them work well together?
Similar skill sets in that they can both make a good pass and move it up the ice. Their left-hand shot, right-hand shot. They communicate well together. Obviously, being both Swedes, and they get along very well off the ice. So it's just a good match in a lot of ways there. We've given them probably too much responsibility here early, in the sense that we haven't had a lot of support around them. You really kind of see the difference from not having a guy like Rosen, who was around a lot last year, even Laverty, who took on a lot of responsibility for us. This year it's been all on them for the most part, and others have been kind of falling in underneath them, but I think that's important for their development at the same time. And the nice thing about both of them is that they've got the confidence and the swagger to want to take that on.
What did Rasmus have to work on when he came down?
The big thing, when Rasmus and I both sat down and met with Mike, it was a lot about his defensive play, ability to box people out, keep them away from the goalie, moving pucks quickly when he has it, and getting into the forward's hands. Those are the two key points. But really, from my perspective, it's just about coming and giving himself some more time to mature and grow and get stronger, take advantage of the extra time that the AHL allows him to get in the gym. We went out on a road trip a couple of weeks back, and we sat him a game on a Wednesday morning game in Rockford, just because in doing so allowed us for him to have a harder workout Monday, continue to train on Tuesday, get a workout in on Wednesday, and then lighter on Thursday, and then look to play on the weekend. And as it turned out, he ended up getting sick on the weekend there, but just a chance like that to give him a day off and allow him to get 4 workouts in as a result. So those types of things we're trying to be conscious of, and just give him the time to continue to develop, and not look at just his ability and throw him out the door and in the lineup every single day, because we still need to keep his overall development in mind.
What's the big difference in Timothy's game last year to this year? Is it he's harder to play against?
I don't know that I would say there's a lot of difference, other than he's taking more of a role in the power play consistently for us this season. I think he's had more confidence with the way he shoots the puck and wanting to get the puck to the net. Defensively for us, he was a top pairing guy for us by the end of last year, and was our most consistent guy, I felt, defensively. So I don't know that there's a whole lot of difference in that sense. It's just been nice to see him pick up where he left off there, while now looking to take the next step offensively.
I know you were asked on Sunday about this, but any injury update there?
On
Rasmus.
The only update would be that he's day-to-day. It's nothing serious at this point. We thought that he might be available for practice today, but he just wasn't feeling comfortable. So I'm going to give him a little more time and just see how things settle down there, but not expecting him to miss any extended period of time.
How have you seen Joseph adapt to his first year being a pro?
Very easily. He really is a pro. We actually were talking about him this morning, and that he really is a complete package in terms of how he comes to work every day, and the time that he puts in on his body to take care of himself, both before and after practices and games. He's got great perspective. He's a very mature young guy that people like, is easy to have around. And then he's got the ability in the net as well, and works at his game. So we've been really impressed with how he's come in here and how he's played as well. And though his stats don't necessarily reflect it, I think he's been outstanding. And every game that he's played for us, he's made saves that very few goalies at this level make, showing the athleticism and the flexibility unlike many others. So we're really excited about him. He's got a bright future.
You know, that maybe his stats don't show it. Those things that you mentioned, we can't really see the effect of those. But from your perspective, how important is it for a rookie to come in and almost take it more seriously right off the bat?
Well, it shows that they're ahead of the curve developmentally. I mean, some guys you feel like sometimes you gotta put a whole year into just that. You know, learning to become a pro and come to the rink every day and how to handle yourself. And you do that for a year, and then you start to work on their game and their confidence and all those things. And he's got that part figured out. So from that sense of it, he's very easy to have around. I know John Elkin really enjoys working with him, and you know, all the people in our organization since he was drafted have been really impressed with him. And then me just getting the chance to be around him every day and observe him and be behind the bench when he's in the net, it makes you feel good having him around.
Last one for me. Have you seen strides in Timu's game in terms of his defensive game? Because I know that was a bit of a concern coming into the season.
Huge strides. The way that we want to defend with defensemen having a real tight gap and shutting plays down in the neutral zone, he's been terrific. His skating really serves him well in terms of how we want to play. So, yeah, his defensive play has been great in the sense that he really hasn't had to defend as much as a lot of others on our team because plays are dying in the neutral zone and the other team can't even get going. So that's what we really like about him, and that gives us a great foundation to be able to work with. I think that part of his game has actually been really good, and it's the other piece now, the offensive piece, and with the puck that I think as he's, you know, I know that he grew up and played a lot in smaller ice in North America, but as he's coming back to North America here now in the pro game, I think that's taken him a little bit of time, recognize the different pressure points and release points, and not have as much space to escape on the outside. All those things, not unlike Callie Rosen when he first got here, how to use his skating in a smaller ice surface to find his way through traffic and make his decisions. But yeah, we've been really happy with him, and I think it's similar to Liljegren in the sense that the defensive piece is there, and we like a lot about it, and we can start to work on the offensive piece from there.
I lied. One more. Any update on Pontus?
He skated in practice today, and he appears to be fine, yeah.
It looked like a hit to the head, but
No, it wasn't. No, it was a leg. It was like a Charlie horse kind of deal. His leg kind of went numb on him there for a bit and didn't know what was going on, but it turned out to just be a Charlie horse, I believe, and all signs are that he'll be okay.